the revolutionary ankle lock system, an integrated brace built into the boots, delivering unrivaled support, protecting ligaments from twists, tears, and trauma.
Regan Slaymaker for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and R Kings, and I have the pleasure to be joined by UFC legend and now Misfits pro fighter Darren Till. Darren, I mean, there are worse places to interview you, mate, but how are you?
Great, fantastic. Can't complain. I'm in Dubai in the sun, rather than being back home in the cold and the rain.
Definitely, mate. I mean, it's a much better place to interview you than the Rotunda as well, mate. It was one of my first interviews with you, but I mean, you're here for IBA Pro Fight Night. You are a pro boxer now. I mean, could we see Darren Till on an IBA Pro Fight Night soon?
Yeah. I mean, people do ask me, like, would you switch over to the pro game? Obviously, for me at this point, it'd have to make sense, probably with the money wise, because I'm making good dough with Misfits, obviously, and the shows they put on are just as good as the pros. But for me, it'd be nice to try, because I'm obviously a competitor and stuff like that. It'd be nice to try and test myself as a pro. I don't know. Look, I've sparred lots of good pros in the Rotunda back at home, and I've never really struggled as much. So, like, I wouldn't mind a crack, but for me, it'd have to be finance-wise. It'd have to make a lot of sense. You know what I mean?
For sure. Obviously, you're having a lot of success. I mean, I was ringside for your fight with Luke Rockhold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair. It's a bit of an understatement to say it was a spicy build-up, but I mean, you sure did the business in Manchester that night as well. How do you reflect on that win?
Yeah, I don't like to go back to people. They like to I've been to a few places here in Dubai. I was at the F1 on the weekend, and people talk about it. I don't like to go back on it a lot. Even me losses and me wins. I mean, your losses you should look more on because you want to see where you went wrong and stuff like that. But like, I won, I put the work in. But like, for me now, it's what's next. I mean, I was ready to go December 20th for Misfits, and obviously they put Tate on the card and stuff like that. So it probably wouldn't have made sense to be the fourth main event this year, because you've got to let someone else have the reins. So that made sense. But yeah, I'm just looking for next year, early quarter, and make an even better statement, train harder, and just keep building myself that way. Because I'm still young. I'm still 32. Still got a lot.
Definitely, and you're not taking punishment in these fights, are you? No. You're either dominating the win or you're getting these guys out of there as well.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Even like my UFC career, I never took ever a lot of punishment. Like, I'd say, apart from obviously a knockout from Masvidal, most fights I never ever took like crazy damage like Max Holloway and stuff like that. So I like to say that my brain's still intact. I don't know if it is because we're all a little bit mad, but yeah, I've never took a lot of. I probably take more punishment in the gym because I like to mix it up a lot on that, especially with boxing. You're constantly just taking the headshots, but yeah, no, I don't take punishment, and that's a good thing for longevity in the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is as well. I want to have a quick question on that at the end to finish. But obviously, like you said, Andrew Tate stepped in at December 20th. I mean, you're on about fights for financial gain. I mean, yourself versus Andrew Tate. I mean, that could potentially break the internet, Darren.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, that's an absolutely mega fight, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, there'd be a lot of back and forth as well, because obviously Andrew's very meticulous with his words. He's very he's clever. He comes from education and stuff like that. I'm on the other hand a little bit more wilder, but I'm very quick-witted and clever. So I think the build-up would be good, and he has to take the fight first, doesn't he? Obviously I'm here ready and willing, but it's on him, it's not on me. And I know he says he's the CEO and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean he gets to call the shots. I know who calls the shots in Misfits, and it ain't him.
Do you think he'll take a fight with you?
I think what has to happen with Andrew, I think it has to be all a confidence builder for him, because he hasn't fought for so long, you know what I mean? So he has to have one or two fights and get a bit of confidence in himself, because he'll be nervous going into this fight with Chase. Chase has been active. If I had to say who's the technically better one, I'd say Andrew, but Chase has got a big punch, so Chase has got that puncher's chance. So it's going to be a decent little fight.
With that fight, Darren, you said one or two fights as a confidence builder. Do you think I feel like when I'm looking at combat sports, there's levels to it. Obviously, whilst it was in the UFC, you've still got that combat sports kind of pedigree there.
Yeah.
And it's clear that you're a level above Chase Damore, even though kind of he's been on the Misfits scene longer, if that makes sense. Is that why you think there's levels to it? And if he goes straight into a fight with you, it might not be the best idea for him?
I think what they're going to try and do is build Andrew. Now it's a win-win for them with Chase and Andrew, because if Chase wins, you know, he's a big enough name, especially in the States, and you know he can be their heavyweight star. But if Andrew wins, which you know, if I had to guess who's going to win out the boat, I'd say I'd slightly go towards Andrew more. He's the technically better one, but Chase has got a big punch, mate. So you know it's massive if Andrew wins, and then obviously it sets a lot of big fights up. I'm probably like the end goal for the big fights with him, but as you say, it's got to be, you know, he's got to build his confidence. Can't just be, you know, straight in with me. Fucking, you know, he's just got to be careful, and he's got to build himself.
Definitely, it'd be a big mistake. Darren, whilst I've got you, I do want to ask you about kind of, I mean, it's sort of crossover, it's sort of Knox's program. Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul. Apologies if you've been asked this to death in interviews, but I mean, as a combat sports person who's gone into boxing, you know the levels, you know the danger of this sport.
Yeah.
What were your first thoughts when you see this fight build as a pro-sanctioned contest?
I don't know. I've been asked this question a lot, and my response is just always the same. I don't know. I try to come up with articulate approaches to it. Like,
I don't want that, Darren. I want the Darren Till approach.
It's baffling me, because I'm 20 years in the game now, and I've always prided myself as a technical striker, and I know a hell of a lot about the fight game. And I know the ins and outs of it, especially in MMA, boxing, Muay Thai, and I mean, I don't think I'd fight Anthony Joshua. So, is he delusional? Is it some exhibition? Is it like under the table? Yeah, just take care of me. I don't know. So. Big balls for Jake for stepping in, like, but there's got to be something to it, hasn't there?
This is partly some of my thinking behind it, Darren. Like you said, sunning. I'm not saying that this is happening, but sunning under the table, because if there isn't, Jake Paul could get seriously hurt in there, couldn't he?
Yeah, look, Anthony Joshua's one of the biggest, strongest heavyweights out there. I've sparred a few like heavyweights who come down the gym. One was being a guy called the War Chief. He was massive. He looked like John Coffey from Game Island. He didn't like punch me around, but every time he hit me, like even when he hit me forearms, I just felt like this thunder hit me, and I was like, and that's why we have weight classes. Like, that's why like you have your lightweight, your welterweight, and from that we can all like go up and down a little bit, but we can't make jumps like that. It's just not. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Jake could get fucking killed in there, because I ain't afraid of nothing, man. Really. You know, it takes a lot for me to be afraid. I'm for a fight, I'm right up for it. You come to me with Anthony Joshua, unless you're giving me 20 mil or something, 10 mil, I don't think I'm accepting it. It's fucking, you know, I sparred for the most part of my career Tom Aspinall, and I don't think he punches nowhere near as hard as Anthony Joshua, and every day I used to have to go in and spar him, I'd be like, here we go again. Like, I just don't want to do this, but I just can't wait. Let's see what happens.
It's absolutely crazy.
Fucking circus, isn't it?
It definitely is. I mean, final two from me, Darren. You mentioned it there, kind of the transition from MMA to boxing. I was speaking to Molly McCann, because she's obviously made the transition as well, and she was kind of saying that kind of she's obviously taking less damage now. It's better on her body almost, kind of with. Like, you don't have to think about the kicks to the head. It's just the punches, and you're rolling, you're planting your feet more. Do you take into that? Apologies for mixed Molly's words there.
No. I can see sort of. No, you take more damage in boxing, and for the specific reasons of it's constant trauma to the head.
Okay.
So, when you're training for MMA specifically, it's more taxing on the body. Like, you know, I walk around sometimes a little bit like worse for wear, because. Like, I had so many years in one of the most renowned gyms for punishment, so I get that point, but specifically talking about fighting, it's I'd say it's more dangerous. Collaterally, you're more trauma to the head, and that's what I've found doing boxing. Yeah, it's easier to train for, I'd say, but sparring wise and fighting wise, it's constant, and there's no rest. You get a 10 count, you can rest in MMA and stuff like that in positions, so I get what Molly's saying, but I disagree on that point with Molly.
I think it was the training side of things, so I might have confused.
Yeah, you might be confused because the training side, it's totally just breaks your body. Just breaks you.
Yeah, and just a final one, Darren. Your own promotion, Guerilla Promotions, first show coming up. Just a little round off. I mean, the show is upcoming. Your first show. Excited for it, mate?
Yeah, get it out there. Put it on the socials for me. Give me a boost. It's not like I haven't given people boosts over the years. Like, literally, my friend come to me and he was like, "Look, I think this would be a great thing to do, Dad, and especially with your name now. You know, you're in a position. You know, you're one of the most talked about fighters on earth." And I'm always looking for business ventures outside of fighting. You know, I own my own online casino, but I was like, let's see, mate. Without kidding, as soon as we announced, got the post, like, it just went haywire. So I was logged into the Guerilla Promotions Instagram. I just went, right, logging out of that, get me out of that. I just said, let me be the face. So it's going tremendously well. I think we filled the card up now. There's some brilliant fights on it. We managed to raise like a good prize pool for the fighters. Look, as much as it's about me building an organisation, you know, obviously we're all in this to make money and stuff, but it's about giving back to fighters that wouldn't get a platform. You know, I've had so many messages from like friends back home, get me on the card, and I'm like, but it's just about giving back as well. So it's 50% obviously. We're in this to make money and make a big show, and you know, we sell it to the zone or something like that. But same breath, why not give back to people? Because, you know, it's good to give back, innit? It's good to give fighters a platform. So yeah.
For sure it is, and make sure you get down to the Guerilla Promotions show as well.
17th of January, Box Park, Liverpool.
Love it. Darren Till, thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
The revolutionary ankle lock system, an integrated brace built into the boots, delivering unrivaled support, protecting ligaments from twists, tears, and trauma.